In this morning's Health Watch, HPV and heart disease. We know that the human papillomavirus, or HPV, is linked to cancer, but now new research shows when women who've been exposed to HPV are more likely to have heart attacks and strokes.
That is a major problem because the sexually transmitted virus affects 80% of women by the time they're 50 years old. Joining us now is Dr. Phillips, contributing editor to Prevention magazine. We know, too, how prevalent heart disease can be in women and how deadly it can be for many women. So give us an idea. This is the first time that there's been research that shows this link. Tell us a little bit more about why this link is so important.
Well, Erica, this is a very interesting study. It's a large study. It looked at nearly 2,500 women, and it found that those who had been exposed to HPV were more than twice as likely to have a heart attack or stroke as those who hadn't. What makes it particularly powerful, though, is that these women were more likely to have a heart attack or stroke even if they didn't have traditional risk factors for the illnesses, like high blood pressure or high cholesterol or obesity. The virus itself seemed to raise their risk.
So what is the connection then between the two?
Well, this wasn't a cause and effect study, so we can't say directly that the virus causes heart attacks, but we can see a link. It may have to do with actually a gene called P53. This gene helps to protect our bodies against cancer and heart disease, and the virus seems to inactivate it, and that raises our risk for both.
Okay, so then how do you lower your risk of HPV?
Well, the only way to completely ensure that you won't get HPV is to abstain from sex completely. Now, condoms can help, but they are not 100%. And of course, there is the vaccine. It's offered to girls between the ages of 11 and 12, hopefully far before they are sexually active. And actually, just today, an advisory committee to the CDC is weighing whether or not the vaccine should also be available widely to boys. Boys can suffer from genital warts, and now we're seeing that the virus actually causes other illnesses like heart attack, what we're talking about today.
So with men, we talk about this being more of something that women really need to be on the lookout for, but like you mentioned, men also have to be on the lookout as well. The heart disease connection that you've made here with females, is it the same for males?
Well, this study in particular only looked at women, but the gene that we were discussing, men also have it, so it really stands to reason that it might affect them as well. But really, whatever we can do to prevent heart disease matters. It's the #1 killer of both men and women. 1 in 4 of us will actually die of heart disease. So whatever steps we can take to keep our hearts healthy really matters.
And awareness is a big part of that. So good to have you on and bringing this to our attention this morning, Holly. Thanks.
Sure.